Welcome to the Ecom Collab Club podcast, where operators, risk takers, and battle-tested founders drop the lessons that cost them time, money, and their sanity, and share what actually works so you don't have to pay the same price. Hosted by Peter Gardner and Adam Pearce, founders of the Ecom Collab Club and Blend Commerce, the Shopify CRO agency.
So it's that time of year, Black Friday meltdown. Well, it doesn't have to mean lost sales and angry tweets. Now today, we're going to ask how to turn chaos into profit with Abhishek Chandra, who is the guy brands call when their checkout is on fire. Now, GoKwik's CRO is someone who's seen peak traffic nightmares flipped into pounds. And you'll hear how WhatsApp can be in the palm of your BFE storm. So from instant order updates to recovery flows, making you money while competitors panic.
That was slick. I've missed you the last couple of episodes. Welcome back, Mr. Pearce. I've had to try and do that slick intro.
Well, I'll do my best.
Very good. Abhishek, it's so good to have you on the show again.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys again. So we did it, I think, last time in May. So so I'm really excited because finally we are back to work. People are back from their holidays. So so it feels like a totally new time of the year. So really pumped up.
I mean, everyone's panicking, aren't they, as well? Let's face it now, because we did an event yesterday in London with Ecom Collab Club, and we were talking about Black Friday, Cyber Monday then, and I think there was definitely a mix in the room of brands that were like, yeah, we've got these locked in, from sort of June, and others who were just like, look, shit, what are we going to do? So, interesting time of the year.
Yeah, it's a crazy time right now, and it's definitely everybody's just come back off those summer holidays in the UK and just gone, oh shit, we've got to do some work and we've got to make sure we're ready for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But Abhishek, for those people that maybe didn't catch the first episode, could we do a bit of a rewind? Can you give us another introduction? Tell us all about yourself, your role, what led you to GoKwik, and essentially what we're doing here today.
Absolutely. So my name is Abhishek. So basically, we run this company called GoKwik, which started around 4.5 years back with a simple mission statement that how can we give an Amazon kind experience on the non-Amazon world, which is the DTC world. Because most of the DTC founders, they know how to get the best product out in the market, but they are not tech folks. That is why they don't have the best-in-class customer experiences on the website like you have on an Amazon or a large marketplace in any country. So we thought we'll build different products on their website so that customers see the same consistent flow on their website like they used to see on Amazon or other large marketplaces. So this is how GoKwik was born. So we started with we started, our first product was called GoKwik Checkout, a quick checkout, which was first of its kind fast checkout on Shopify, and globally it is now the largest checkout. It is powering over 12,000 stores, and it reduces the entire checkout time from 10 seconds to 2 seconds, which gives a 20% uplift to every transaction. And post that, we launched another product called Quick Engage, which is a WhatsApp commerce product. And we were amongst the first players globally who worked with Meta to launch this, because we saw a drastic shift from email, SMS to WhatsApp when it comes to talking to your friends and family. So we thought, why don't businesses start leveraging it? So Quick Engage was one of our product that we started 3 years back. Then our third product is called Written Prime. It's a written SaaS company. you must have heard about swap and loop returns. So yeah, so it is the third largest returns app on the Shopify app store. It's also part of GoKwik. So as GoKwik parent company, we have these three products, yeah, which are used globally. And in the Asia, because we started in Asia, so we are the largest e-commerce enabler in Asia. And since the last 1 year, we are trying to expand our WhatsApp commerce product, Quick Engage, in the UK market. And most of my time is spent on firstly creating awareness about WhatsApp as a channel, that why the world is moving towards WhatsApp, what are the early indicators that sooner you move your business communication on WhatsApp, the better ROIs you're gonna get. So most of my time is just spent in creating awareness what Meta should do in this country, but I have to do it. I have to do it the hard way. I'm doing that, and I was always fascinated about technology. So this is like my second startup. My first startup was a fintech company. So we created a wallet, a digital wallet like a PayPal, and in India itself, and now it's I ran it for 10 years. Now it's a public listed company. It became very big. It became so big that PayPal has to leave India. So it is amongst the two digital wallets which exist in India, and both are Indian companies. And we had so high market share in that category that other players from the outside world were not able to enter. And because of the same reason, that we were solving the real problem on ground which was faced by a particular country, and not basically building a solution which maybe works in America and you just try to replicate it in any other country. So yeah, so the problems so I have a very simple thesis that if you have to solve problem of a particular region, you have to really go there, try to understand pain points, because customers are different, brands are different. So you have to create custom solutions for every region, and also every kind of different customer. So yeah, so this has been my journey for the last 14-15 years. Yeah, so this is about me.
Awesome. So in our last chat, and I think this isn't much of a secret if people watch that one, before that I was quite vocal, and Adam and I had our one of our, what did we call it, like argument sessions, where we brought up different topics and we argued different ways. And I was very vocal about, hey, no, I don't see WhatsApp. It's a personal channel for me. I don't want brands on there, until you came on the podcast. And within that hour and a half that we were on that podcast, you completely changed my mind. So, the awareness that you are doing is incredible. And you were able to switch my stubborn mind on it and say, hey, okay, cool, this actually is a channel. There's proof there, and brands should be using it. So yeah, it's awesome to have you back. Since May, what shifts have you seen with how brands are using WhatsApp in the UK? With obviously with the strategy of how you guys are making sure that you're adapting to that UK market as well.
Sure. So in the early days, when we had to create credibility about WhatsApp as a channel, so the first thing which I started telling in this market was that let me solve your abandoned cart recovery issues. All right, because what I saw in UK, that if you are doing, let's say, 100 orders a day, typically you have like 2.5 to 3x number of abandoned carts. So which is in a way you are losing a certain part of your revenue. So in order to prove our thesis that WhatsApp really works, we started implementing abandoned cart flows on WhatsApp. Because WhatsApp has a 90% plus open rate in the first 5 minutes, we started seeing a 20 to 25% conversion rate on abandoned cart recovery. So which means with the same marketing budget, with the same number of customers coming to your platform, now you have a 20% higher revenue month over month. All right, now you can use this additional revenue for anything. It can be to increase your marketing spends, or let's say increase your inventory. So this is how we created credibility of WhatsApp in the UK market in the first few months. But in fact, but in the last 5-6 months, the market, I'm just talking about the UK market, it has evolved beyond that also. Because now I see that on WhatsApp, not only it is used for, let's say, abandoned cart recovery, but now it is used for, let's say, a proactive order tracking. See, everyone loves an Amazon because once you place an order, you get updates at every level on till the time you actually receive the product. All right, so we implemented those order tracking on WhatsApp so that customer gets real time updates on where is their order, because this is the biggest customer support query which you get as a brand, all right, in the UK, that when will I get my product or where is my product. But if you start giving customers real time updates on WhatsApp, because it's a native app, so people keep checking that app every hour of the day, so at least they are able to track where their order is. Then slowly and steadily retention flow started expanding. So from, let's say, refill reminders to back in stock reminders, that okay, in fact, during, let's say, sale period, many times the most popular products get out of stock. Now on WhatsApp, for these loyal customers, you can immediately send them a WhatsApp message that, hey, your product is back in stock now, because they'll read the message in the first 5 minutes, so at least they'll end up buying the product before again it gets out of stock. So retention flow started expanding. Then again, I've seen a huge rise of consultative selling on WhatsApp. So many skincare brands, they started giving quizzes to their customers, asking them about their skin types, and on the basis of that, they are recommended products on WhatsApp itself. So now, in the last 6 months, I have seen the use cases expand. Expand a lot in the UK market. I thought maybe the market will evolve to this level after a year, but I think the market is responding very well, and every brand, every month they call us up just to ask that, hey, anything new which is launching on WhatsApp. So even, in fact, we are on our feet just to keep rolling out new features on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I want to pick you up on that quickly before we get sidetracked and not touch on that. How are brands doing that? How are they integrating their quizzes with WhatsApp? What is the flow there? Are they using existing tools, or is there something else that they're doing?
So see, we have a complete dashboard from where they can create these kind of flows. All right, and also we have a very deep integration with Klaviyo. So they can use either our dashboard or Klaviyo. So on the basis of customer profiles, they can create. And anyway, all these brands have some legacy data on the basis of which they can create these quizzes, and these quizzes can be triggered from both Quick Engage dashboard as well as Klaviyo dashboard. So so it is the same for them.
So you're saying they're doing the quiz with WhatsApp, they're getting that extra information, they're getting that qualitative data, but you're also able to use existing quiz data. So if you've got the likes of Octane AI installed, runs the quiz, you get all that data because that naturally pings through to Klaviyo. You guys can then pull that through on your side as well.
Absolutely. In fact, I'll add one more point here is, see, WhatsApp is the only channel which is conversational in nature. So when you get a quiz as a customer, let's say there are 3-4 different options. Once you keep clicking on different options, you'll see results then and there. You'll see live, let's say, quizzing data. In fact, it can show you live data that how many people fall into the same, let's say, skin type, and also it is highly interactive. So once basically you get your quiz results, you'll get the result then and there. So it's part of the same conversation window, and it is not to and fro, which was supposed to happen on, let's say, an email or an SMS, because on email and SMS, you have to the customer keep getting out of that email, because what maximum you can do is, again, just embed a link, and those actions are taken on that particular link. So there is always a disconnect. But on WhatsApp, entire thing can be created on the same WhatsApp chat window. And once a customer gets a recommendation, the purchase can be completed there itself.
That is cool. It didn't take us long. It took us about 40 minutes to pick up that real bit of gold there. Let's go a little bit more negative focused. You're obviously entering the UK market. You're trying to build it and, like you say, solve problems for a particular market. What's been the biggest surprise or sort of like, oh shit, we didn't really quite expect this from a market when we entered it?
So, see, the biggest surprise for me was that it's a new product, so people will take their own sweet time to, let's say, adopt it. And plus, my biggest worry was that because it's a new channel, maybe people will do 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 extra marketing, which will end up, let's say, getting their number blocked or flagged. So what we started doing was we had a team of WhatsApp experts who were handholding these brands just to ensure that they don't make these mistakes. But the way basically brand owners or the heads, uh, they have basically learned the process so fast. Now, in fact, they after maybe 15-20 days, they are like, I want to try these 10 flows. Can you give it to me? All right. So they are like very proactive. And in fact, we used to tell them, okay, why don't you just implement these three flows in the first 30-40 days? But they are getting impatient that no, we want to we want to try with six different flows. So once they see the benefit, firstly, firstly they take time to take decision. All right, in UK, that for any new channel, it takes a very long period to persuade them. But once they buy into an idea of a new technology, I think I have seen them use it to the max in the fastest.
That's good to know. I mean, I think it's interesting, isn't it? And I think, we've observed this as well, Abhishek, is that usually, and well, I say usually, in previous years, there has always been a bit of a lag in terms of adoption of new technology in the UK versus US. I think the gap between that lag is definitely getting shorter now, in the sense of, I think, there is more maturity in the UK e-commerce market. And I think the willingness, obviously, to try things, is definitely increasing. And I think I'm really glad, like Peter, we've got into some real kind of practical stuff very early on in this podcast. On that vein, I want to kind of, I guess, look fast forward to, sort of down the line now, think about Black Friday itself. Okay, let's say, look, it's Black Friday, it's 9 o'clock, site's heaving, doing really well. Where does WhatsApp step in at that point? And I guess, what kind of sort of fires can WhatsApp put out during that kind of peak traffic period that sort of email or perhaps web can't?
Sure. See, during any big sale period, whether it's BFCM or, let's say, a summer sale or something, in most of the cases, we all have observed that on the brand website, there are like certain lags, or there are like certain crashes, which basically kind of create a very negative sentiment in the mind of the customer that, oh, I'm buying from this website, but it is crashing, or it is not letting me pass. So at least on WhatsApp, because it is connected with Shopify backend and not the front end part of it. So even if, let's say, a customer is trying to buy a product, and let's say the website hangs, or let's say it crashes, but still a sale can be triggered from Shopify backend, and the customer can get customer detail, the product details on the WhatsApp app. And they can finalize the product, they can choose the size of the product. Let's say it's a fashion product, they can choose the size, color, because it will keep pulling the inventory from Shopify backend. In fact, even if, let's say, a site is responding slow, but a customer is on WhatsApp, not only they can see different colors of the product, but they can also see that, because there are CTA buttons, that, let's say, what goes well with this t-shirt. So automatically an accessory which goes well with it, or let's say a trouser which goes well with it, can come on WhatsApp. And once customer, let's say, likes a particular product, we can reroute the customer via headless checkout, and not the standard Shopify checkout when, let's say, a website is crashing or it is responding slow. So during peak traffic hours, these kind of things which can be achieved via WhatsApp.
That's interesting, because I guess, it's sort of, not only are you assisting, I guess, there with, what is happening on site. You've got a bit of an insurance policy there, is that there is another way then for them to check out if obviously there are any issues there happening, which I think, is probably something that, people who are attending this podcast or thing like WhatsApp possibly wouldn't consider. And I think, that's, I like Peter was saying it earlier on, I think that's the thing with WhatsApp, is that when you initially think about it as a channel, you think sales messages, sales messages, sales messages. And then you realize that is such a tiny, minute part of actually what it's all about, that there are so much other things that are more valuable and are a bigger part of what you do. It's, I think it's worth the research, I think, in looking into it to see what it's really all about. And look, you do a great job of explaining it. I think what I was going to say is, when it comes to, sort of, I guess, look, Black Friday as well, the biggest thing I think that brands also worry about is that kind of post Black Friday, so Monday. So look, where's my order? Again, they've got big volumes coming up, or the site crashes mid-sale. You sort of mentioned that previously just a moment ago. But when you have WhatsApp at your disposal in those scenarios, is there an advantage over WhatsApp versus, say, email, or sort of, a help desk?
Absolutely. See, in fact, during let's say these kind of periods, firstly, so the thing is, the customer gets really pissed off when they are trying to reach out to a brand and they are not getting an answer. Because see, the thing is, or in a standard process, it's generally email led. So you send a query, it goes on email, and typically they have a TAT of 24 to 48 hours to respond. But these are sale period when customers really want to buy that product. On many websites, there are like chats on the website. But let's say if your website is crashing, how will that chat run? But the same thing, and customers have very simple queries during these periods. When will I receive the product? Is there a discount code that can be applied? Or let's say I have a voucher, how can I apply that voucher? So these are queries which can be answered within 3 to 4 minutes, and it takes and also 60% of these queries can be automated. So the bot will give an answer to the customer on the same chat window on WhatsApp, which customer will think that a real person is doing it, because we know that 60% of the queries are the same queries that customers keep sending on all the websites. So those can be automated. For the remaining 30-40% of the queries, a real person can just go on the dashboard and start replying to the customer. On the basis of the loyalty of the customer, is he or she a power user? So you can always give them something special in terms of support. And also, what I have personally seen is, once let's say you solve their answers real time, so solve their queries real time, and when you tell them that, hey, thanks for reaching out to us, your next purchase is on us 20% off, here's a coupon code. I have seen a 30% increase in purchase within the next 30 to 60 days. All right, amongst our UK brands. So in a way, you can convert a disgruntled customers to a loyal customer if you answer their queries in a real time. Because see, everyone is impulsive. They want to get their product on time. They want their problem to be addressed on time, and because it is conversational chat panel, so at least these queries can be resolved real time.
Because I suppose the thing on that front, I mentioned kind of the sales message there, Abhishek, and I guess what you're saying here too is that if you can start off with kind of that support mechanism and then bring a sales message into afterwards, it gives you more ability to do that, doesn't it? Because you've built the trust up by saying, look, we've been really helpful, we've tried to support you along the way. I guess at that point, then the customer is then more accepting, perhaps, of future sales messages that kind of come down the line.
Absolutely, you are bang on. So once, see, every customer wants to be heard, and when you really solve their problem on the go, and it takes few minutes, and so and after the same conversation, as an add-on, if you give something extra to the customer in terms of, let's say, a discount or a free product, all right, these customer will end up becoming your loyal customers. And this is not a phenomena which is just, let's say, a behavioral thing in UK. I have seen it in the Asian market itself. Because see, this, even though this product is new to the UK market, but for us it is used by 8,000 brands in different countries. It caters to over 150 million customers, and we have seen the same thing which is getting done there. All right. We were talking about that, how can we in fact, during peak sale periods, I'll just give you an example. In just 2024, on WhatsApp, we have sent over 2 billion messages for our D2C partners to their customers, which resulted in 2.5 billion pound worth of sales for them on WhatsApp. And these were during sale periods, these were during regular periods. Because how brands have started treating WhatsApp in at least the matured market, because WhatsApp came first in, let's say, India, and it is the biggest market. So our markets are little matured, so now it is now seen as a separate channel, like an Amazon. So you have a DTC, you have an extension to DTC, which is WhatsApp, which is not eating away your margins, just like a marketplace.
Very interesting. Thank you. Oh, I think
I did the mute fail. There we go. So I thought, Adam, I thought you were going to do the mute fail today with your voice. Abhishek, you obviously touched on this now in the last answer with Adam. You were speaking about the fact that you've got bots replying. Let's call them agents, because they're a little bit smarter than, I would say, just the normal typical bots. But what if you were talking to me as I was a brand and I was going, okay, cool, I want to get this set up in time for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. What is the setup required for a new brand coming on board? What would you then be advising, bot versus human times bot? You know, what's the playbook here on the humans and the AI setup?
So typically, see, for 60% of the queries, so basically you can consider them as bot or AI agents, because when you chat with those agents, they seem to be real. And because the queries are just, these queries have one line answers. All right, for 60% of the queries, where is my product? Here is a tracking link. You click on that link, you'll see that where your product is in the transit, that it will reach you in next 24 hours. All right. So for most of the queries, you just require a one line answer, and these AI agents are able to give that. But for, let's say, queries which requires a longer answer and a longer chat support, automatically the real basically customer support agent gets a notification, and they get because see, the thing is, firstly, we'll try to answer most of the queries using automated support. And once, let's say, the system itself come to know that, okay, there are like 3-4 back-to-back queries and customer is still asking queries, so immediately there is a switch to a real agent from the backend.
Okay, and what's the routing rules that you guys can set up within that? Can you set up that there's VIPs get a human channel quicker or easier, or is it what are the rules that you guys have behind the systems to ensure that you're looking after the different customers and routing those more challenging types to a human?
Absolutely. So it totally depends on brand to brand. See, we have a platform. Now you can set your own rules, and you can create different cohorts that, okay, for my VIP customers, they should be answered on, even if they write the simplest of the queries, they have to be answered by a real agent. All right. So you can create different customer cohorts on the basis of legacy of the customers and everything. So you can rewrite all these rules. So because it's a platform, so you can design your own entire chat system.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the training time now for a new brand coming on board to say, okay, cool, we're going to run our customer service through WhatsApp? What's the training time? What data does the bot need? What else do they have to do in that setup process?
See, generally the training time is a little longer if, let's say, it's a new customer, but at least in our case, because we work with 8,000 brands, so we know that what works in a particular category. So when we onboard a brand, in the first 20 days, our teams keep sharing different templates for different things. For
Okay.
example, for abandoned cart recovery, these are the 5 different templates you can use with
Yeah.
images, with text. Then let's say for support, these are the 5 different categories. Let's say if you are a fashion brand, you have a different playbook. If you are a beauty and personal care brand, you have a different playbook. So our team, because we have so much data, so basically we share. So that is why we still have a support layer. Once
Yeah.
any brand, for any brand, firstly, when any brand says that okay, we want to start working, we can make them live within a day. So 24
Okay.
hours
That's
they are
quick and
up and,
easy.
yeah, so within 24 hours they are up and running. And they have a team to handhold them for the first 3 months. And some people take 15 days to learn the entire process, some takes a month, or like depending on their bandwidth. But they have
Yeah.
a team at their disposal for the next 3 to 4 months, till the
Yeah.
time they become experts themselves in everything, whether it's marketing or support.
Yeah. And what's the intelligence that you guys have behind your bots? What's the agent running on? Are you using the large language models, or are you guys just training your own bots, or what?
So yeah, so we are training our own bots, and and we also use LLM. So it's a combination of both. And
Mm,
because earlier our entire base was in the Asian market, so the
yeah.
models were trained in a different way.
Yeah.
Now we have started training the model in the for the UK market,
Okay.
because we just have like 100 brands, in the
Yeah.
close to 100 brands in the UK. So still the models are in early stages, but still it has started showing results. But as more and more brand, in fact, number of brands, it's still not a challenge for us, it's still a
Yeah.
significant number. But let's say we have to, the current problem which we are trying to solve is how can we increase more and more opt-ins for from on these brands.
Yeah.
Because opt-ins takes time.
Yeah.
You have to send different triggers to get customer to opt in for a WhatsApp communication. So I
Yeah.
think now we have, in the early days we were focusing, in the first 6 months we were focusing on getting all the flows implemented. So now
Yeah.
most of the flows are implemented on these websites. Now we are pushing hard to get more opt-ins on the same brands on WhatsApp, so that you have more data flowing, so that these models of ours can be trained in a faster way.
Yeah. That's awesome. And in terms of a percentage, I mean, we know heavy season brands invest in getting more customer service support involved. They get ad hoc support there. Do you find brands that are using WhatsApp are going, okay, cool, actually, we don't need to go and staff up here because the bot will take care of that typical overflow?
Absolutely. In fact, leave aside BFCM, but let's say tomorrow, if a brand implement WhatsApp, uh, they will see that now they are only answering 30% of the queries. So basically 60 to 70% of the queries will go away, because these are answered by the bots. Or we are we are implementing those flows which will help these queries to never pop up. So for example, I have repeated it hundreds of times, all right, during most of the events, that uh, any country you go to, the biggest customer query is, where is my order? Brands are sending those order confirmation messages and tracking messages on email, but not every customers are people like you and me, who are like working professional, who check their emails every hour of the day or every minute of the day. They check their emails after 24 hours, 48 hours, and those emails are mostly landed in the promotion section. So which
Mm,
promotion or the update section? So people are not basically not getting these order tracking messages. But once you start putting those, so once let's say anyone places order, you send them an order confirmation message on WhatsApp. Hey, thanks for placing the order. Yeah, here is a link to track the order. Because it is on their mobile, and they use WhatsApp every minute of the day, they will keep clicking on that link till the time they actually receive the product. So order tracking, feedbacks, if these things are implemented way in advance, you will see a significant drop in your customer support query. And
mm,
during peak hours also, like BFCM, 60% of those answers will be automated, and basically customers will be happy. So whatever, let's say, and I'm happy to make a comparison from, let's say, their previous BFCM to this year's BFCM. If they start using it, they'll see the customer support queries will just half with the same number of customers, if they have the same number of customers.
Yeah, I mean, I think we always talk in conversion rate optimization. We always talk, like it's always about reducing friction, making sure that user experience is great, and that's definitely something what you're saying here is if it's where's my order on WhatsApp, they're giving you the update there and there. You don't have to click, you don't have to go to another page. Whereas if you're getting that via email, you're clicking on it, you're then getting redirected. Sometimes it's asking you to log in, sometimes it's then asking you to provide your order number. Whereas if all that data is all connected and it's just answering it quickly, that friction just completely disappears.
Absolutely. And one more point which I want to add is, email, all kind of communication, whether it is order confirmation, order tracking, feedback, all right, cross sell, upsell, these, when you do it on emails, they go as different emails at different part of the year. All right, but on WhatsApp, you have one history of everything. As customer, you open, let's say, a brand's handle on WhatsApp, you keep scrolling and you see everything. You see your confirmation messages, you see your refund messages, you see your discount coupons, all right, your freebie, everything in one place. Just like the order section of Amazon, where you see everything at one place. Even if you are a customer for the last 3 years, you have your complete history with an Amazon. Similarly, you will have every history of you with that particular brand on WhatsApp and at one place.
I was going to say, Abhishek, look, I love the fact we've kind of covered lots of different areas of this whole piece around WhatsApp in terms of like, look, how does it work from a technical point of view, the practicalities of using it. I suppose the one area, that I also want to swing about is kind of operationally as a brand. How does kind of WhatsApp plug into the rest of, say, Shopify brand stack? So, is this all happening in a separate app? Is it, to tying into the store data, CRM help desk? Like, how does it kind of all fit together?
Sure. So because we are a public app on Shopify, so if you are a Shopify store, it gets plugged in into your system. So everything is automated. You don't have, so basically you'll just go on our dashboard, you will automate all the flows, then done. You don't have to see anything, because you will see all the data on your Shopify dashboard itself, that how many communications have you sent, what was the ROI, everything you'll be able to track on Shopify dashboard itself. We have, as I was telling earlier, we have gone one step ahead. We have done the same deep integration with Klaviyo also. So you can go to Klaviyo and track everything. What was your ROI on the last campaign? Everything on, so we have very deep integration with Shopify as well as Klaviyo.
Awesome. I mean, look, Abhishek, one of the things I also want to talk about here is, and I think, look, let's just kind of tackle this head on, is, look, Klaviyo obviously will announce that they are also going to be providing WhatsApp services. What do you think you guys have the edge over having WhatsApp as the sort of the offering versus obviously doing it through Klaviyo?
So see, the thing is, we tell our brands that even if you use Klaviyo, you can continue using that, but the WhatsApp service provider will be us. But you can see all the, so basically, even if you want to keep one sole source of truth, which is Klaviyo, keep using it. But when it comes to real execution implementation of WhatsApp flows, we have an upper hand. Firstly, because we have been running this product for the last 3.5 years, and this product is tested at scale in the biggest WhatsApp market. And see, we are a tech company. Klaviyo is a tech company. For any tech company, it takes time to make the product mature. For that, you need brands, you need customers. It's an iterative process. So our product has already seen those journey of multiple iteration, localization of product, testing the product at scale. So for example, we have at least 15 brands who are multi-billion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar in revenue, who are using this product. They are like more than 100 companies who are doing more than $100 million in revenue. All right. So which means even at let's say that kind of scale, the product works.
Yeah.
And we have a focused product. and it is our only bread and butter. So in fact, there every month we see a new feature getting rolled out. In fact, a few months back, we started working with Meta to, let's say, get flows which are integrated on both, let's say, with Instagram to WhatsApp. So now those flows are also live. So if you run an ad on Instagram, customer clicks on that ad, they'll directly come to the chat of on WhatsApp chat with their brand.
I mean, I think, I think it's interesting, isn't it? And I know sort of, it was a bit of a loaded question in a way, but if you look at the market at the moment, let's, for example, take Yotpo. Everyone's pretty much knows that with those guys, they decided to drop their SMS and email products. It wasn't, I guess, kind of their core offering. They couldn't quite sort of get it to work. So obviously they have gone and said, look, we will specialize in that particular way. And I think for me, the way the market has gone in the past 2 or 3 years has been the same across all, in the sense of people have realized, I think brands have realized, is that whether it is tech, whether it is an agency, whether it's individuals that you employ, you need to go back to that specialist route and stop with this mentality that it is a one size fits all. One thing can do everything for you. And, we see it all the time. Look, yes, there are a lot of tech providers out there that, will try and say they can service everything. Equally, like agencies who say they can try and do everything. But those are the guys, I think ultimately, and like we saw with Yotpo, who have struggled. So I think it would just be kind of my word of warning to, sort of brands, is that when you're looking at options for tech in general, look at the specialities of those companies that you're dealing with. Look at the background, look at the people that they have. So that would just be my, I guess, look, 2 cents to brands who are listening to this. I think on that note, so look, thinking about, again, people like Klaviyo, Gorgias, the sort of tools that are there that maybe there is, I guess, crossover with, some that might go, well, look, actually, if we've got those things already, do we really need you guys? What would be your response to them? And I guess, like, in terms of integrating what you guys do you have to use things like Shopify Flow or native tools? Like, how do you actually set it up in the easiest way possible?
If let's say you are not using Klaviyo, so firstly, see, our integration is very simple. In 5 minutes, our team will come on a call with you. They'll connect your Shopify backend with your Facebook Business Manager ID, because it is WhatsApp is owned by Meta. So basically, it connects it to you, and then if you are using Shopify flows and all, it start working there. It start working with it seamlessly. Or let's say if you're using Klaviyo, the same can be achieved with Klaviyo also. And one thing which, at least with us, because we have a service layer, you don't do all these things. Our team will do the heavy lifting. They will do everything. And within 24 hours, you are ready to basically go ahead with any flow of your choice. And in fact, so as I was telling earlier, we will only suggest you that, okay, these are the 3 flows which we should implement in the first 10 days, first 15 days, first 20, first 30 days, so that you don't make those mistakes and you don't end up losing money also. That is why we are, it's the job of our WhatsApp layer team, WhatsApp team, to ensure that the brand gets a 15 to 20x ROI on whatever they are spending on WhatsApp. So this is an additional benefit they get with us, which they will not get with a product company, which, let's say, which gives the product to you that start using it. So we give the same kind of benefit to both an agency and a brand, that our team will work with you till the time you achieve those 15-20x ROI.
Awesome.
And and it comes from a long time of learning, that we know that, okay, these are the 10 mistakes which everyone makes when they go live on a new flow. So we're trying to minimize those problems, and we ensure that from the first 7 to 10 days you start seeing benefit. And in fact, if I'm saying 15-20x ROI, people start seeing that 15-20x ROI in the first 40-50 days itself. So it is not a 90 days wait period or a 6 months to get those kind of results.
I mean, guys, if you listen,
market.
Definitely. I'm going to say, Bob, as well. Like, if you're on the fence about this, come on, just inquire and have a conversation about it, because look, from what you said today, Abhishek, again, I love hearing you talk about your passion for it, but equally the ease of which you can be set up. What is there to lose? It's gotta be done. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now because I know, Peter, you've got some more questions for Abhishek.
I mean, let's just talk a little bit more about that, if you don't mind. But what do you have to lose? Because if I remember correctly, Abhishek, you said you could even just trial this even on just a small portion of your customers. You don't even have to trial it on everybody. You could just be like, here's a small portion. Let's see what we do here. You can limit your damage if you're worried about damage that you're going to a different channel. I mean, 15 to 20x return on investment, like you say, within 40 days, if not faster. What is there to lose on this? Let's talk about, I've been quite vocal a lot. I speak a lot about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm not a fan of it. We've done studies. We've looked at cohort analysis of people coming through during Black Friday, Cyber Monday as first-time buyers, and what their customer lifetime value looks like ongoing. And what you find is it's nowhere near the rest of your customers. They only ever come back if they get big discounts. They only ever come back again the next Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They are the discount hungry. They think your brand is now worth what you were discounting it. That's what they perceive your brand being. So how would you say, okay, how do we take WhatsApp and make sure that becomes a retention and a loyalty program as such to get those first-time customers that you obtain within that Black Friday, Cyber Monday period?
Oh, it's a great question. So, see, firstly, the customers which you have acquired during BFCM, after a certain period of time, they can be sent refill reminders, repurchase reminders. All right, if let's say your product is getting consumed in a certain period of time, plus so basically, so these are the so repurchase things can be done. Plus, one thing which I have seen working very well is a simple thing like sending a birthday wish to your customer. All right. And you yourself know many of our friends send us WhatsApp messages on WhatsApp. All right. Only 5-10% of our friends now call us on the phone just to wish us. All right. Remaining 70-80% get their wishes from on WhatsApp itself.
Yeah.
So as a brand, doing simple gestures like sending birthday greetings to your customer, all right, goes a very long way.
Yeah.
In fact,
that more personal message. It doesn't land well on email, a birthday message. It's like, well,
absolutely. And it can be a video message also. That, hey, Pete, thanks for happy birthday. Thanks for being a loyal customer. Here's a gift from us. And that gift can be anything. It can be a discount voucher or let's say nothing. Just a simple and see, these things can be rolled out at scale. In fact, I'll give you an example. So few of our skincare beauty brands, what they do is on every order confirmation message, basically which they send to your customer, it goes with a video of that particular product. So if let's say someone ordered a foundation, they send a video that, hey, thanks for your purchase, this is how you apply this foundation, this is a before and after effect of this foundation. Now they go one step ahead. These are now these brands they have spent a good amount of time with us now. So firstly, they used to send these kind of messages. Then post that, what they send is, please do share your video also once you apply this product. Now customers send back that video or images, and these brands start publishing these videos or images on their brand's Instagram page, and basically tagging the customer. Sometime customer gets so happy that they are getting limelight on a particular brand. Because see, why people buy on a DTC brand? Because they believe in the brand story, they believe in the brand ethos. Otherwise the same product or similar product is available on an Amazon also. But why people buy from a particular brand is because they feel connected to the story of the brand. And when brand does these things, wishing the customers on WhatsApp, basically getting some user generated content and publishing it on their own websites or social media, it creates that kind of bond with the customers that you will end up getting more and more loyal customers.
Yeah, that's awesome that you said that, because a lot of skincare brands will have those conditional guarantees as well, where they'll say, we'll give you 100% of your money back, provided that when you start, you send us a picture of your skin. And after 90 days, if you have 100% applied our product and used it, and you send us a picture and we see no difference, then yeah, we'll give you your money back. It's a great way for them to be like, hey, activate your guarantee, send us that picture, and then in 90 days you follow it up again. You say, hey, can we see that picture of you? Yeah, you're going to risk maybe getting that person saying, oh, no, well, I want to guarantee because nothing's changed. But if that person's engaged with you, then you obviously want to follow that up. But that's a game changer, because then you're following up on your guarantee and making sure that you're living up to your promises too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's really cool. And then in terms of, you guys have obviously got, and I'm probably going to answer my own question here, you've got set up that you can go, okay, cool, we know these people are quiet in this time. We know that we can just reach out to those specific customers and we can offer them maybe a little bridging discount. I talk about bridging discounts with Black Friday, Cyber Monday customers, because maybe if they've got something at 25% off, the next time you want them to refill or restock, you send them 15% off, and then slowly but surely just sort of reduce that discount, get them more used to what's going on there as well.
Just a little interlude here. A lovely little comment from Rich. That Abhishek smiling is exactly what I need this morning. The happiest man in e-commerce. I gave you that title, Abhishek, and Rich is now trying to steal it. We need to get you a t-shirt there.
Yeah, it was you, Adam. I totally agree. So Pete, you are absolutely right. So at least, so in terms of bridging discounts, with every new communication to the customers, you can see beyond a point, customer doesn't need your discount. All right. Yeah. If let's say they have already bought it for 2-3 times from your website, which means your product is working well with them. All right. Now they just need your attention. All right. Yeah. They don't need discounts. And how you give them attention? During every sales period, you give them early access to the offer. All right. You give them early access. You give them priority support. All right, 24-hour messaging window. And also, just to tell you one thing, so Meta has made user-generated message free on WhatsApp. So if as a customer, I send a message to a brand is not charged. So, and otherwise, even once a brand start charging basically chatting with the customer, still they are not charged. Only a brand is charged when they are sending a different message to a customer, whether it's an abandoned cart message or a marketing message, then only they are charged. Otherwise, for user generated content, or let's say user generated chat, a brand is not even charged. So there is a way to basically give those. Now at least you are not confined that, okay, it is maybe financially not viable for you. It's a free tool. Start using it and at least make the customer happy. You have all, and also everything for a customer is in one place. So they will remember that how you treated them. If you have treated them well, they will be happy to basically reply you all the time. If you need their images or anything, they'll be up for it. All right. And so basically they will be more proactive towards this particular brand.
Awesome. And can you share your most favorite tactic for a flow that you've seen a brand use that has got crazy success?
You're asking me my favorite
your favorite campaign? Retention flow, or that you've ever seen a brand use?
Oh, my favorite retention tool is this order confirmation videos, which has worked very well for brands, whether it's skincare. So we work with a toy brand in the UK. So what they do is once, let's say, the order is delivered, they send a video on how to assemble this toy. Now the parents hand over the phone to the child, that this is how you assemble the product. All right. And the children are so happy. All right. So if your product need installation post purchase, the what that has worked really well, that the customer doesn't have to go on YouTube to find videos and all, because the brand knows that what product have you purchased. Now you keep sending them these videos, and once you send them videos, at least your uh, post purchase connect has established. If the customers are basically watching these videos, slowly and steadily you can move further to, let's say, asking for a feedback, a rating, or like, then slowly and steadily this chain never breaks if you send them a right thank you message on WhatsApp after a purchase.
Awesome. Thanks.
Abhishek, we are in the point of today where we are going to be basically got 5 minutes left of our podcast. Oh yeah, great comment from Emma there, who is a brand founder. So hopefully we'll start seeing Lacey's using that as an option, which I think will be great. So fab to see that. So Abhishek, we've got 5 questions in 5 minutes. So this is our quick fire round. So I'm going to fire 5 questions at you. You got about a minute each to answer it. If you go over, I'm going to cut you off. I know that's hard for you, mate, because you like talking, just like I do. We're going to go for it. So question number 1. What is the most overrated WhatsApp flow everyone's chasing?
Overrated flow is, I think, sending the same standard discount coupon on WhatsApp to every customer of theirs.
And a thing that I hate on email as well. So I like that one. Okay, cool. If you could fix one message most brands mess up on WhatsApp, what would it be?
Oh, the thank you message. So if you send the right hook on a thank you message post purchase, it will ensure that it will be a good starting point for the next purchase, which I just covered a minute back.
Awesome. What's one WhatsApp metric you care more about than open rate?
Click-through rates. So we have seen a click-through rate of more than 20% in UK, which is like very high as compared to what you see on email and SMS, all right, which are in the range of maybe 2-3%. So 20% click-through rates on WhatsApp.
Awesome. Bots or humans? What's one thing bots still can't do in WhatsApp CX the humans excel at?
See, I think it's same everywhere. So let's say if a customer is really angry, the bot can't pacify the customer. You need a real person to actually pacify a human. Or like, still bots can't do that, but when a customer is really angry, and you have to get a real person in between just to ensure that the person is taken care on a more personal level.
Lovely. And the final question for today is, in one sentence, what's your Black Friday WhatsApp motto for 2025?
Start early. Black Friday is round the corner. This is the right time to start warming up your audience, so that by November you have enough opt-ins in this market, because we have GDPR compliance, so we have to take opt-ins, permissions, and also at least we'll have 2 months to warm up an audience through, let's say, order tracking, order confirmation, abandoned cart recovery, so that by the time Black Friday comes, you can go all out on marketing. And when your competition will be bombarding people on email and SMS, which will have a very low open rate, even on Black Friday, I can assure you the open rate will be 92 to 93%. So at least your offers will be read by your customers.
Fantastic. And Abhishek, look, you mentioned previously, look, that you can get this set up and sort of ready to go within sort of 24 hours. If people want to take you up on that, what do they need to do? Where do they need to go? Who do they need to speak to?
So yeah, they can reach out to me on LinkedIn itself. I am happy to share my email. So my email is abhishek@gokwik.co. So they can just write me an email or just reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to basically directly connect them to our team, who will basically take it forward. And within 24 hours, their store will be up and running on for WhatsApp.
I mean, without sounding crude, what the fuck are you waiting for, guys? Go and get it done. Abhishek, on that bombshell, I want to say thank you so much. It is always a pleasure. And I find it very hard to change Pete's opinion on most things. You did it very, very well with WhatsApp. So hats off to you, sir. I'm going to try and take some learnings on how I persuade Peter to come around to my way of thinking. So yeah, Peter, over to you.
Abhishek, thanks so much for coming on again. It's always insightful. I love the fact that you've got all the strategies, you've got all the flows, and like Adam said, if you're a brand, why the hell aren't you doing this? I won't be as crude as Adam. But seriously, it's something that you should be getting. The support that you guys are giving just to get brands set up and that promise, it just sounds brilliant, and I think it's something that everybody should be trying at least.
No, it's my pleasure to talk to you guys all the time, whenever we get a chance, whether it's in person or through podcast. So it's my pleasure, and I really want to create an impact on WhatsApp. That and I know what it takes for a brand to spend money from their pocket just to ensure that customer comes and buy, and when they doesn't come, or so it even pinches me as an entrepreneur. So I really want to solve the revenue leakages for these brands, and whether it takes WhatsApp or any other product, I'm always up to it. I'm like, I take it as a challenge on me, and I'll be, and that is why I moved to the UK, so that I can solve on ground issues of all the brands.
Thanks, Abhishek. Really appreciate that. Guys, thanks for listening. Really do appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you are listening to this on record on our channel, please do like, share, comment, and catch you next week. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to the Ecom Collab Club podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and join our community at ecomcollabclub.com/community.